The Bourbon Summit, some are calling it. Mitch McConnell has been the Republican leader. He will be next year the majority leader in the United States Senate, but he's been the Republican leader the entire 6 years of the Obama presidency. This is just the third time. Just the third time these two men will meet one-on-one. It will be an Oval Office meeting, the president trying to get to know the Republican leader a bit better. That's important when we get to 2015. But listen to Mitch McConnell just yesterday saying he thinks since the election, President Obama, with his actions on immigration and other steps, is not listening to the voters.
If you look at the way the president's reacted to what could only be described as a butt-kicking election, by any objective standard, the president got crushed in this election. So I've been perplexed by the reaction since the election, a sort of in-your-face, dramatic move to the left.
This is a good way to, good little curtain raiser for the meeting, good way to set the tone for the meeting.
Exactly.
I get it. From the Republican perspective, they think we won the election big, and then the president takes this action on immigration and other. But the president had promised he was going to do it. So
yeah, I mean, this had been his promise all along. He had said it in the summer, and then he quickly did it, and he's done all of these other things. It'll be interesting to see what that conversation is like, where there is middle ground. It doesn't seem like there's any. Maybe the Hiring Heroes Act, which they laid out in one of their op-eds, Boehner and McConnell, but even, you know, they were talking about a trade deal. There are not a lot of Democrats who are behind that trade deal, not a lot of House Republicans who are behind that trade deal either. So it's hard to see where they come together.
So are we looking for anything big here? I was just checking in with folks on both sides that don't look for any announcements today or in the near future. What are we looking for if we don't think both of these guys have pressure? The president has pressure on the left. Don't cut big deals with Republicans. We've seen both Speaker Boehner and Mitch McConnell even facing some pressure from their members who say even shut the government down if necessary over immigration. They both say that won't happen. Is this just a getting to know you?
Well, I think they actually haven't spent that much time together, so perhaps they should get to know each other. And it is after lunch, so bourbon could possibly be an appropriate beverage. But I think what's, you know, Mitch McConnell coming out of that big win said he wanted to get something done, that they need to govern. The only way he gets something done is if he can do something that President Obama supports, or that. So they actually have to have a meeting of the minds on some level if President Obama wants to pad his legacy and if Mitch McConnell wants to get something done.
And I do think at that same forum, and he has said this other times, Mitch McConnell made what I think is an interesting point to watch going forward. He was talking about how to deal with immigration. He said bust it up into pieces. Most things, health care, immigration, they get done quote-unquote comprehensive. I do think you see from Leader McConnell an effort to say, why don't we try some things incrementally to see if we can get step by step by step as opposed to trying to do it all at once.
Yeah, you know, and that's something they also, you know, they talked about that last year, you know, as well, doing something more small ball and piecemeal. The House Republicans didn't really want to move on that either. Maybe something, you know, they seem to be admitting that they're not going to be able to repeal Obamacare. Maybe they'll do some small fixes that they can get Democrats behind. But the White House, the folks I talked to at the White House do seem to think that Mitch McConnell is the adult in the room. They feel like he's a reasonable guy, and some of the deals they did make, given Vice President Biden was the person making those deals and doing a lot of the negotiation, they do feel like there's some room there.